Meatballs are gonna get me tonight. Hey, folks, good to see ya. Good to see ya. Welcome to Atmoseeker, your place for creating an inspiring atmosphere for your tabletop role-playing games. Come in close. Come in close. Good to see you, folks. It's been a while. We've been working on things in the shadows, in the creeping of the nights. Always in the dark shadows. Very dark, bristling dark, as my Shadow Dark players would say. I'm here, and we're back. It is Monday night, so it is time for an After Dark. Kind of like a little sneak peek behind the scenes kind of thing. Little things, what we're working on, that kind of thing. Hope you're all doing well. I know it's like morning for some of our American folks, so welcome, good morning, good evening. We're here in the Down Underverse. We are working on, I'm always juggling all new projects. I put the Cyberpunk City on hold for now, just because that's how my brain working. I've been told it's like ADHD kind of thing. I'm like, I don't believe them. It's the brain worms, maybe. Double on the brain worms. Howdy, folks. Theos Primus in the chat. I want to say at the top of the stream, I want to say a huge thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. You guys are fantastic and amazing. I appreciate all the amazing support that you've been giving the channel. I know it's been a while since the new video has been coming out. We're kind of working on like season 2 of the show, so this is kind of like I'm working on things, building up a new kind of like narrative and stuff, and a whole bunch of like little miniatures and puppets and stuff, and it's stuff like you're seeing here, stuff, all the little props and stuff. This is kind of like the vibe we're going for, kind of like what do you call it? There was that like Dr. Freak kind of thing where he had like the jelly you could eat that would come out of like the little experiments and stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm going for that kind of vibe. Anyway, but yes, thank you to all my fantastic supporters on Patreon, with a special shout out to my Seeker level patrons: A Light in the Darkness, Blake Darley, Chris Andrus, Constructed Chaos, Devante, Dr. Justin L. Hamrick, John A. Johnson, Mad Bishop, Mini Wargaming, and Theos Primus. Thank you all for your fantastic support, and it's all going towards what I'm working on for the next incarnation of the show, because we've been working on episodes. It's all been about like tech and the stuff behind like atmospheric stuff, or like your terrain and stuff, to make it a really kind of cool little atmospheric table setups and stuff. So there's a little, there's the fog, there's the terrain side of things, there's the miniatures and stuff, but I want to have a little bit of fun with it too, because I've always loved all the like miniature special effects that they do in like movies and stuff, and so there's going to be a little bit of crossover into that kind of stuff, because I want to experiment with some of that kind of stuff with like the filmmaking aspect of it too. So it's going to be the tabletop side of things, and there's also going to be some of the filming stuff that's going to like work its way into the show. So if you want to see some behind the scenes of some of that stuff that I'll be working on, hopefully I'll be posting some stuff soon. This stuff I've got on the table is kind of like working towards that as well. So like this is some miniatures for the show I've been working on at the moment. So this is from the title of the episode. We've been working on stuff at different scales. So I've been slowly realizing what kind of like translates from one scale to the other. Some things that are kind of like omni-generic with some of the scale stuff that you work with. And this is kind of like one of the things that I like about 3D printing, is that, I want to try this something in like HO scale. Just scale that puppy down, print it out. You got yourself a little tiny minivan compared to the old Chunkalonka. But yeah, it's fun. Like that's probably like one of like the huge advantages of 3D printing. That's been great. But it's been good because it's been able to kind of like get me some use out some of my crafted stuff as well, like my hills and stuff. It's interesting. We're going to take a look at like some of that, because that's what I'm going to be using for some of the miniature shots that I'm going to be working on, and hopefully maybe in future streams or Patreon only streams that we'll have, we will do some like behind the scenes stuff of me actually shooting some of these elements for the show, which will be fun, because that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm getting all the ingredients, I'm putting all the ingredients together, and then I'm going to have all the ingredients laid out in front of me, all the miniatures and models and stuff, and we're going to bake a beautiful, beautiful, delicious cake. Hopefully. Or hopefully it's not going to be like no, it's not going to be a waste of time. We're going to have fun doing it. We're going to get there in the end, and it's, I love it. So yeah, I got the little vans. So this is going to be kind of like a vehicle in the show. We worked on the house a while back, which was like the haunted house type build. So that's going to be kind of like the location for the show. This is going to be like light story elements in there. So we're going to have some fun with some of the stuff, just so I can do some of those little miniature special effects and work it into the show. And that's going to be part of like some of the terrain and atmosphere style guides and stuff. So we're still going to go to like exotic locations, like fantasy style locations, like jungles and future style things, cyber cities, whatever. It's all just kind of like, I'm working in this new kind of like this narrative kind of fabric and stuff. Just work with me on this one, as we're gonna like pieces together and stuff. Yeah, Braino's going to be talking full thing. I've got a new character I'm working on as well. I'm still working out how to do it, mostly. Where'd I get those trees? Those trees. Yeah, these trees are great. These trees. So I've got some of the big ones printed. These ones are from Printable Scenery. These are their wildwood trees. And these are fantastic. They print supportless as well. And yeah, I love these guys because they print supportless and they're done in a way that if you kind of heat up some of the branches, you can bend them and kind of warp them into different kind of shapes and stuff, which is really cool. I just love the design of these guys. They're super like fantasy style oaks, I guess, and stuff. But yeah, I've been printing them at different scales as well. So I've been printing them as tiny little mini trees as well. So they still work. They do require a little bit of cleanup when you print them at that little tiny scale. Actually, I'll get one of the raw ones as we're kind of like talking about it. I've got a huge pile of them over here. But yeah, this is kind of like one of the... Oh, this one's actually not too bad. But yeah, like on a lot of these trees, you'll get like those like wispy strands and stuff. And I'll do like a lot of like the cleanup on there to try and get them together. But the main purpose that I'm going with for a lot of these different scales is that I want to have a variety of different shots for the show. So I'm going to be playing with different ways that some of these elements are being shot. So we've got the regular 28mm scale, which is going to be this guy, so it can go into like the regular like terrain and stuff pretty easily. So it's going to go quite alongside like normal size terrain. And then we've also got the micro one here, which is the tiniest one. I think this is like HO scale almost. And so that's why I've got like the little trees. Yeah, little baby trees. Put those next to them. And those are going to be for like really far back, kind of like wide establishing shots, driving through different styles of like locations and stuff. So really kind of like far back. And that's why I've got the smaller trees, because that's kind of like further back. At least that's kind of the plan. I've got some ideas for like how to do movement. We're going to have a look at movement for that little guy later in the show of tonight's stream as well. But yeah, those trees are great. Printable Scenery. I love those guys. They've got a lot of great looking models in there, especially like a lot of their like fantasy stuff, which is fantastic. But yeah, like the centerpiece of this tonight's stream is going to be this van we're working on. I can't remember where I got this van from. I can't remember if it was from just on Thingiverse or something from My Mini Factory. I'll have to double check. Actually, I have an inkling it was from My Mini Factory, because the detail on it's pretty good for this van. So I don't know what I'm doing paint wise. I know I just want to kind of like beat this van up a bit, get it a little bit more rusticy. I don't know why. I don't know why I've gone with like a weird panely van. I kind of like thought if I was going to drive around a vehicle on the show, I think this would be the most functional type of vehicle for me, just because I could keep all my props and smoke machines and stuff in there. Or you can even have like a little room in the back there or something, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, so it has been challenged to kind of print some of these. This big guy is going to be like, just got like weird sounds from outside. I don't know. I'm gonna go check if that's a ghost or something. No ghosts. I think we're good. I think it's just the traffic out there. Cheers. But yeah, I've also got tiny little LEDs and stuff that are gonna fit into a lot of this stuff as well, which will be good because I want to have some of the atmospheric shots with like fog and some of these like terrain elements around it, which is kind of like, yeah, what I want to work towards. Yeah. Oh, let's see if I can find the right tools for the job. Something around here. Oh, excuse me. All right, just had to squish his Zarnat over there. All right, I think tonight I was mostly going to start with this big guy. Now I just did print out one of the interior dashboard elements to it as well, so it's kind of like broken into pieces. We've got like this bigger element, which is the main shell of it. And I did slice off the back of it because this one is mostly going to be for close-up interior shots. So we're going to use some green screen as well. It's going to pop all Seb inside there. So the shot is mostly going to be kind of like from that-ish angle. This guy's getting super overexposed here. I'm going to try and see if I can... There we go. That's better. It's tricky when you got all these like white guys, white painted stuff. Yeah, so this is going to be for your like medium close-ups. So I've gone ahead and like removed the steering wheel from this like dashboard kind of thing, just because you're only going to see this shot mostly from the front. And that's mostly the idea with this one. So I've got some bigger LEDs going to go behind some of the headlights. The top, the front here, you can see there's kind of like there's some holes there. I originally this whole model wasn't exactly built for LED lights in it. So this front grille section, which has the LEDs in there, I printed the whole thing in like a transparent resin, just because I did want to have those like little light covers there. And I've kind of just masked it and spray painted the rest of it this like matte black kind of thing. So it should fit in there. I think it's pretty. It's pretty. It will fit, but it's pretty snug. But yeah, we're gonna prime this guy up. I feel like I'm gonna just start with like a lot of the base kind of like color elements first. I think that's probably gonna be wise. I think that's gonna be smart. Smart thing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I figured I would just start with like the big guy and then kind of like work my way down and some of the other ones. Let's see. We're gonna have a look at some more terrain and stuff later, and some of the movement system that I had thoughts about for like the micro version. But yeah, we're gonna start off painting this guy. I'm gonna have to like pick out some like base colors, I reckon. I think we're gonna start simple here. I'm gonna go just like with the silver. I'm gonna just grind this guy up a bit. I had a good silver around here somewhere. There we go. Oh, this is my favorite silver. I'm gonna have to buy another one of these. They're always out of stock of this one. I'm not sure what brush I'm going to use for this because I don't want to go too big on. I just want to like dry brush this guy, get a little bit of a metallic feel on it. Let's see if we can find something. I've got a whole bunch of brushes here. Like a rounded flat one would be really good. Nothing too big. Oh, well, there we go. Thanks, Boney. This thing was meant to be metallic anyway. It like picking a lot of like the base colors has been pretty. I almost went with just like a gray for the van, but this the white. I figure if we go all like pristine and stuff on some of these things, we can grind things back a bit, I reckon. See, that was pretty easy. I'm just gonna not get it on the lens there. So at the moment, I've just got. I probably should have left the little oh, what do you call it? That is not focusing for me. There it is. Yeah, see, but this silver paint is awesome. I gotta find more of this one because it is because I've got other silver paints and they're shocking. They've got like really kind of like spread out watery style pigment to them, so I do like this one because it's quite strong. John A. Johnson, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, we are working on some stuff for some future parts of the show. The old Atmos van here. I'll have to put like a lightning bolt on the side. Something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going with like a basic white van at the moment. This guy, that should do. I'm not going to go too crazy with the painting here. I think so we have that guy, and we had like a miniature one in here. I was sanding the top and bottom of this guy because it was just too much of a tight squeeze to get in there. I can try fitting it in there as well. See, I've got it all hollowed out, ready for like my LEDs and stuff to go in there. This one is going to need a little bit of work in it, actually, because I'll have to drill a couple of extra holes. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, that'll fit. I was just double checking. It's all going to fit there. All right. Oh, I'm even getting some like bonus damage there. It's all right, man. I keep like I prime it and then spray prime it and then layers of like prime on there, and this is way too bright for me. I'm gonna go like that. There we go. That's better. Man, it was just blowing out. Now we can actually see what we're doing here. Where'd that little guy go? I think he was good. I think this little guy was good. We're gonna just dry brush over the top. But yeah, like I said, just picking out those dark. Now it's way too dark. I'm gonna go back. Oh, where's the exposure? Is here. Go to 0. We've made it. Oh. Now we're gonna get a little bit of paint on this guy, and then we'll have a look at some of the movement system for the micro guy. Movement system, making it sound very very exotic for what it is. It's magnets. It's magnets, guys. It's just gonna be magnets, man. Actually, that is a good thing to talk about. We'll look at it. We'll look at it when I get to it. All right, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like gray on the bumpers there. I need some water. Oh. What's going on here? Find all my stuff. There we go. We got it. And wash the old brush-roonies. I was kind of like want like a darker gray. This gray is gonna be a little bit on the bright side, I reckon. We'll try it. Maybe we'll come down in like a wash or something. Chuck that one in there. Oh, which brush? Because we want to be a little bit accurate here. I'm gonna just get one of these guys. One of the new ones. Ooh, it's fresh. Got like a nice tip to it. I'm gonna wet it a bit or something. It is right fresh. There we go. Oh, I should have some paper towel or something. Oh, yeah. So yeah, this is all gonna be stuff for the show that we were kind of like gonna use for like little cinematics and stuff, and it's gonna be mostly from how Seb's gonna get from point A to point B. There is some like magical elements that I'm working on as well. Some world lore. It's fun. It's fun crafting some of that stuff because we're gonna have some good fun with the show. One thing I have been thinking about though, I've been trying to work out something that has been sneaking up on me super fast. Every year I'm like, oh, I should be a bit more prepared for it, but it always sneaks up on me. We got Fogtober. It feels like it's just around the corner as well. And poor old Seb's been a little distracted lately, working on other stuff. And I think I don't want to forget about Fogtober this year. I've got some ideas. Well, let me know what you think about these. I see we do have a couple of patrons in the chat, so I'm gonna run this past you right now. All right. So my initial thoughts for Fogtober were we have kind of like almost like a dungeon competition, right? So I had floated this idea a little bit last year, but it never came to kind of like fruition. But everyone kind of like designs like different style dungeon rooms or something, and then whatever kind of rooms are like the winners, those go into like an actual live play on the channel, whether it be kind of like a single player kind of adventure, or if we actually have some like guests on the show or something, and we actually play through the dungeon that you guys kind of come together. Obviously, I'll have to kind of like whatever you guys put together, I'll have to kind of appropriate with my own stuff. But yeah, we'll have some like prizes and everything. But I thought it could be a cool like extra element to Fogtober to incorporate it, not just as like a build that everyone is doing on their own, but something that can like come together for everyone to kind of like play with and enjoy together as like a cool little dungeon. I was thinking just like a dungeon, like we could have particular types of rooms that people can put together, little categories, like boss room, puzzle room, like hazard room, that kind of thing. I still gotta work out like the specifics of how things will go together. But yeah, let me know if that kind of thing sounds interesting. Sounds good. I had plans for Fogtober, but every new idea I had been done by Studios way better. Yeah, he's out of control. He's well out of control. Must be stopped. He's coming up with loads of good ideas, that Sourceman Studios. I do love his stuff. It's great to see stuff that is atmospheric based as well, especially like with the little like foggers and stuff he's building into a lot of his terrain, lighting stuff, which is rad. Victor, welcome. Good to see you in the chat. Wow, this white primer that I put on it, supposed to be super matte finish. It is not matte. It is like semi matte. I feel like it's definitely a little bit more satin finish. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of like floating around the idea for Fogtober. That it's going to be kind of like more of a dungeon theme. And yeah, like I feel like if we can theme it around dungeons and fog in some way, like with the fog is not only just like an atmospheric element to it, but also a gameplay element as well. He is awesome, but I don't like him scanning my brains for ideas. Did you sign the waiver? Because he has a clause for brain scans that you may not have seen. It is hidden. It looks like malware and stuff, but it is legit. All right, yeah, you guys heard it first. It is going to be some kind of like dungeon fog themed thing. I am. And maybe we can work it like well maybe I might have to come up with like a roster or something of like monsters or something, or if we can kind of like I'm happy to homebrew some like monsters and stuff, or if people come up with monsters and stuff. I go work out the specifics. We're getting a little carried away, with this idea, but Yeah, let me work out specifics before anyone goes crazy. I think at the very moment it's going to be dungeon themed because I feel like a lot of folks have like dungeon style terrain and everything, and then we'll kind of like I gotta let this guy dry a bit before I go like the second coat here. All right, while I'm gonna put a little bit gray on this. I feel like once it like bites in, then we'll be able to get a bit more of a coat on this guy, I reckon. That's what we'll do. All right, we'll leave that guy juicing for a little bit. Reminds me of the mists from Mistborn. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, kind of like, even like, what it's like the Ravenloft stuff, where it's like you have the fog, it's just like that, dangerous element to it. So yeah, it could be obscuration, could be hazardous, could be an NPC. Yeah, I'll have to work out the specifics. But yeah, I want to have some kind of like interactiveness to it this year, rather than people just putting through their own like awesome creations and then it's just in the ether. So yeah, if we can work something into that, that's what I'm thinking. All right. While that's drying a little bit, I'm gonna have a look at. So I'm gonna be having some of these like wide establishing shots for some of these shots for the show. So I've got like this tiny little micro guy, which is this little van guy. And I need to have him be able to move independently. Now, I'm going to have little micro LEDs in it. I have picked some up. Unfortunately, some of them don't work for some reason. Go figure. Some of the like cheap Amazon something. Usually it hasn't been too bad, but yeah, these ones will work. But yeah, I think we'll tackle the micro LEDs in a future stream. Anyway, I wanted to have this guy move independently in some of these like wider shots. So I'm gonna like try and think of like how we're gonna do that. And I was trying to, I was playing with some of like different surfaces. So this one is just a 3mm MDF kind of board, and I still have to kind of like shape it down on the sides and stuff. This is gonna be kind of like one of our like road tiles for it, and you can kind of see like the scale here of what it is, how it's going to be fitting on the road. Yeah, you can almost see them like traveling down the road, full back and here. So yeah, that's kind of like how close it is going to be to the camera, so you can have like these wide kind of like establishing shots, which is kind of what I'm going for. All right, so underneath I'm going to just plop a little magnet there. Hopefully, the idea is that I can get this guy moving semi-smoothly, I guess. And that's going to be the challenge, I think. Trying to get him smoothing. I actually don't mind a little jankiness to it. There is a little kind of like finesse. I have to it depends on like the smoothness of the surface that affects his movement. Actually, am I using the right side of this? Oh, it's repelling. Okay. But yeah, basically, that's kind of the plan for getting him over across. I did have a look at like a proper like system that you can get from like you see it all the time in like the proper like railroad systems where they have like little bicycles moving around, and they got, I think it's called like a Magna rail kind of thing, and it's basically like this chain that moves underneath. And what happens is it's insanely expensive, and I'm not paying. I'm not paying that money. If some of the shots are just going to be me moving this by hand, then so be it. But yeah, I think a lot of it is going to be trying to get this a lot smoother. I feel like I'm going to have to get like a stronger magnet or something to kind of pull this underneath. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. It's not moving at all now. It was moving before. What's happened? This is my whole thing. This is my whole plan. God damn it. Anyway, so we're gonna have that for like a whole bunch of the wide angle shots. That was the plan. that was the plan. It was going to work. Yeah, I have a stronger magnet somewhere, but the kids were playing with it, and it is currently lost. So yes, if I can find that, that will be great. I've been having green lights to make fog. Oh yeah, I think I'm having green lights to make the fog glow green for alien. Ooh. Have you seen the videos of controlled 40k tanks? I've not. Actually, I have seen some of the like hover ones and stuff. I don't I don't have the money for that right now. Like whatever kind of like approaches I'm doing right now, I'm trying to do it as budget as possible. So like whatever I have on hand, if it is like cheap or something from the dollar store, that's what I'm going for. If it costs money, like insane like Magna Rail stuff that's like $200, like no, I'm out. It's too rich for my blood. So I'm going like I'm going super budget on this. But yeah, we're going for looks, aesthetics, not yeah. If it's going to be like controlled by a whole bunch of like cats underneath, then that'll be how it will be done. Yeah, whatever. Maybe I'll get my children to kind of be little hand monkeys for me, moving things around. That's right. That's really why you have children, right? Yes, thank you. Link him on the Discord. That'd be great. Man, this whatever I have primed this stuff with, this white primer. I even did like a little bit of the matte varnish over the top of it, because usually that kind of like helps the paint bite a bit better. But man, this is not working for me. I'm gonna have to just really layer on some of this paint. Or, other than that, I'm going to have to try and use some of... I could do stuff with like spray paints and masking and stuff. And that will... Yeah, see, like it needs more time to bite. It needs more time to dry. These brushes are not bad, though. I don't mind these brushes. They're working for me. I am not liking how this is painting, though. Yeah, you can see it. Is not usually the kind of clear, nice pigment that kind of like washes on. Did all right with like the black primer here. So maybe I should have just started with that, and then I'm wondering maybe I should use the airbrushed primer. Wonder if it's not too late, because this is not biting at all. You see how it's kind of like washing off. Yeah, that's not good. It says matte primer and stuff on the can. Son of a bitch. Oh. It will be good. It will be good. It's a little setback. Just a possum as a train. You know what? You joke about it, but I think it'll work. I think it'll be a good idea. I think it'll be good. All right. I'm trying to work out what's the best approach here, because this whatever white primer I've used on the surface of this, it's way too glossy. It's not picking up the paint very well. Oh, either that, or if it's very cold in here and things are just not drying as quickly as they should. What to do? I've got a whole like little canister of primer over there. It just means I'll have to like break out the airbrush, give everything a little bit of a spray with that. It's not something I wanted to do this stream though. I kind of wanted to play around with like putting it together. But it did kind of remind me though, what I have been finding out about like using different scale stuff is there's some stuff that really translates well between like different scales, and some stuff which are kind of like scale anchors, as you would. So like I think it's almost like stuff that is like directly interactable, like furniture or vehicles and stuff that kind of like establishes like the scale. That's actually a cool idea. Let's just grab a little rock. I want to illustrate this idea a bit. Oh, there's a rock up here, and I reckon there's a rock. So, yeah. We got a big rock. Got a big rock. All right. I'm gonna hit pause on the painting because I feel like it's kind of flubbed for me with that primer. But let's have a look here. So this is just a big bit of like earth terrain, and this is kind of like one of those things that is just like super kind of any different type of scale, really. Like this could be a small hill, this could be a big kind of like mountain face or something. And you can already kind of see, like, depending on the type of like scale kind of thing that you put on there, it really kind of like anchors what kind of like size it is, right? So it's like if we put the giant one on here, this guy, it makes it look like a small, like little slopey kind of thing. And that's because this like vehicle is kind of like something that's like directly, you have kind of like that human reference of like the size of the chairs, the wheels and everything. You kind of feel that kind of scale, and then you kind of change it to like the smaller stuff. So it changes the scale of it completely. So that's what something I'm enjoying right now with like the 3D printing, is kind of like printing things in different scales for different types of purposes, like that I think this is something like if I was going to expand a lot on like the where am I? There we go. If I was going to expand on like the terrain library that I have here, it would be, I'm going to print stuff at like smaller scales, like 10 mil scale or something, just so I can make use of all the like establishing like miniatures and dragons and stuff, so I could have like a small kind of like micro town or something, and have like a bigger dragon, which could be the same style dragon and stuff. So it's interesting to kind of play around with different scales, I think. I mean, that's what I'm finding with this project, which has been good. Yeah, you can even see it with like the trees as well. Like trees can be that kind of like generic scaled element. This could be a gigantic tree, and just having like that human element there that kind of like grounds it, like, oh, this is a giant tree. Or if we go like the larger van, it turns it into a smaller tree. It's really that human interacted element, I think. So if it was like a chair or something, yeah, even if we grab some of these like littler trees. So I think this is starting to be something what I would expand my terrain library quite a bit. But yeah, you see, you put the smaller trees there, it turns that one piece of like hill terrain into something else. And I think that's it further establishing for me, like bigger elements like these, like rocks and hills and stuff. These are great elements that kind of like transcend all types of scale, and then having smaller elements to kind of like filter onto there kind of helps, kind of, I don't know, kind of stretches the elasticity of size of terrain and stuff. Then we get it. It's super cool. I'm making something 5 mil scale mountain, super small houses for campaign I'm playing. Oh, sweet. I'm also like maybe I'm kind of like coming towards this like small scale realization, because it's like, oh man, I am running out of storage space super fast. So like, let's go small scale. Some of it is really cool, especially because you want to be able to kind of like set like because we had like the whole Cyber City stuff I was working on the other week, and I want to make like a micro scale of that one as well, which is kind of like almost like an establishing kind of thing for where that city is. So like that largest kind of scale city is good for like skirmishes or anything, and then I wanted to have something that was like buildings like this big or something, so I could have a larger kind of sprawl that kind of like I don't know, kind of like establishes like the location to like players and stuff, and kind of gives off a bigger kind of vibe, which is kind of like interchangeable with some of the stuff. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. And it's kind of like translating into some of this stuff, which we'll be using for some of the cinematics that I'm currently working on for the show. Oh man, I was really really hoping to paint more of that van, but yeah, that primer has kind of messed me up. I think yeah, I'm gonna wait for this stuff to dry, just like an undercoat on it. Yeah, it's super fun to play with, though vegetation is hard to make at that scale. Now this stuff, these are like the wildwood trees, and they have actually surprisingly worked well at this smaller scale. I feel like these are, what is that, like 5 centimeters tall or something, and that is worked really. So this is like the original scale. It might be scaled up quite a bit, and man, but yeah, on like FDM printed as well, on like the Bamboo Lab. Oh, got it like humming over there. It does an all right job at the different scales. I was contemplating going back and forth of like the resin for like the smaller stuff, but FDM has held up pretty well. I think it's been holding up a lot better these days. Some of the stuff I've been working on, which has been cool. I do notice though with some of the hyper detailed stuff, it kind of struggles a bit, but some of the stuff like the trees and stuff like this seems to work out okay. All right, I'm gonna put this big rock aside. I'm a little disappointed that I have to like reprime some of these guys, I think, because I am just gonna struggle the whole stream to paint this stuff. So I'm not gonna attempt to paint the rest of this stuff. What we will have a look though at is Mummy. Mummy. We'll have a look at Mummy. Mummy Man. We were gonna have a look at some of the LEDs. Maybe I'll pop into these guys. So I did have some plans for some of the LEDs. The smaller kind of like little micro ones are going to use like these tiny little hairline ones. I didn't even know these tiny little ones existed, but they do. Thanks to the amazing supporters on Patreon, I was able to pick these up. I've got like one of these guys in here somewhere. Now I believe they're called like 603 LEDs or something. One of these packs just completely doesn't work. So I've tested every bulb, and none of them work. I don't know how. I thought it was like, oh, I have to have like the little resistor kind of like plugged in and stuff. Nope. No. I don't know what happened there, but they're super tiny. You almost struggle to see the bulb. I'm gonna just go to like the little over one here. I will go like a little over one. But yeah, they're like super tiny, and I love them. I just gotta like work out how to kind of like wire them up, I think, but they should power up with just a little button battery. Oh, I'm gonna go the other way. This one should light up for me, unless it's crossed over. Oh. Don't make me a liar here. It was working. It was working today. Unless like this battery's flat. It's not flat. The battery's working. I had these working. Yeah, see? That works. It's not burnt out or anything. It was working the other day. I do have a black one though, like a white one that I was going to use for headlights. Which is around here. Man, they're so thin. I'm just gonna lose it. Did I lose it already? It's in here somewhere. Oh, is that it? No, that's not it. Okay, I may have accidentally like packed it away into here, but this thing should have worked for me. It was working the other day. You bastard! Why is you working it now? Oh, there we go. I don't know. I don't know why it wasn't working before. All right, there we go. But yeah, super tiny, and that's going to be going into my little micro scale one. And the brightness on it is pretty decent. So if we go, ooh, if we can get a little bit of it. There we go. So I've been struggling to get like little holes going in this guy, but he's going to be my little brake lights. Ooh, if I can get him in there, that'd be good. You can see him there. You know, tiny little brake lights on this guy. So hopefully I'm going to be able to kind of just cram a little button battery inside there. And it's going to be a little guy. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to like have to wire something. I don't know. I'm just going to glue them all together. And then for the second biggest one, which is going to be this 28mm scale one, that I'm intending to use some of the same lights, I think, or it might be, yes, we're going to use some of the same lights in these ones. We've got some of the little white ones. I believe these ones are from Green Stuff World. They have like an insulation on them. Is that it? Oh, yeah, these ones are insulated, which is nice. Oh. Okay, I had one, and now I must have I must have lost it. It's like super thin. Oh, that's all right. Unless it's that one. There's 1, 2, 3, but yeah. So these ones come with their like resistor already kind of like hooked up. But I like it. I like it without the resistor because it's a bit brighter. I think it's those ones. All right. It might be hiding in here. They're just so thin. There's the light. There are 4. There's a few here. All right, we're gonna leave those ones. Grab one of those. Oh my god, these are. I'm gonna breathe in, and it's just gonna go into my lungs. So thin. This is perfect for a man with huge butterfingers. All right. I believe that goes there, and then that guy. So I'll use a proper like button battery holder for this one, because I've got one that has like a little switch on it, and I'll have to cram all the wires in it. Without the resistor, like with the resistor on it, they're pretty dim, but I'll take that out. So get that in there. So those ones are gonna thread through into that guy. Yeah, see, it's super dim there. Let's just strip that one off because I want to see it brighter. Oh, oh my god. Come on, you tiny little bastard. I just want to strip off the little... I don't even know how to get the... I think that'll do. I've got it there. Okay, got that one. Oh. This might not work. I might have to strip off more of the wire. I'll electrocute myself here. Nope. I need more. Need more of it. Actually, I have a special tool for this, but it's not handy right now. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. All right. One. There we go. Is that a lot brighter? It's brighter. There we go. Nailed it. That one's gonna go. I actually have to drill new holes for it, but yeah, that's basically gonna go into this scale one. It'll go into this one as well, which should fit in there, which is good. And then we'll have the big, for the big one, I'm going to use some of the Light My Bricks kit stuff, which is going to be, I actually had to order some new white bit lights, because originally I was going to have it use all the like warm white ones, but those don't work for some reason. So I've got more of the cold white ones, so I'm going to go with cold white for them. Like if I had a personal preference for it, I would have gone warm white for everything. But you know, that's what happens. So this one's going to be USB powered, just because I'm going to have like for close-ups. And yeah, so you can already see these ones are quite powerful. And we've got this guy, which is our little grill that's going to fit into the front of it. I could almost fit it in there if I wanted to. Let's see, I've got one attached there. Oh, and these Light My Brick kits are quite good because they're quite idiot-proof. But yeah, I've got some extra holes I've drilled into this guy, and I've got my transparent one here. There we go. Okay, yeah, I quite like how it looks with the like lens on there, especially with some like fog going. So I'm waiting for those cold white LEDs to come through, and that'll be fun. I wonder if I can paint on that now, actually. I'm gonna try, see if I can paint on that. Oh, where'd I put my brush? Getting a little ahead of myself here. I don't want to lose anything because of these tiny little LEDs. Actually, I'm gonna put them in my little video box before I lose everything. That one, that one, that one. But yeah, I believe these are like called 603 LEDs. I think that's what they were linked. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, they're very like angel hair fine, almost like LEDs, which is great for that little bit of work, a little bit of lighting work. I kind of want to like experiment with some of those for some of the Cyber City stuff that we've been working on, because I want to have some of those like little antennas that have almost You know, like the antennas that you have with like the little LED at the top. I think those are going to be perfect for something like that. Okay, I'm going to see if I can hit this again. I reckon I could. Maybe this is all it's going to take. That is going on a little nicer. Ah, but this is going to be... Nah. I was just wondering if this is going to be like one of those things where you just have to do a couple of coats to get on there. No, this is going to be annoying. All right. Definitely have to reprime these, I think. Because otherwise I have to go quite thick with some of this paint. That's not good. I was really hoping to kind of like grime up some of these vans, get them all ready. No. No, it's too glossy. It's just coming off. I like how the grill's turned out though. The grill's good. The grill is good. What can I use to reprime this thing? I think I would just use some of, what have I got over there? I've got some Pro Acryl over there. I'm probably gonna just airbrush it on. Probably not gonna do it now, just because I've got a lot of things running in the garage, and I'll have to open everything up so I have some like ventilation in here. So I'm probably gonna. We might have to cut this stream short, because yeah, that was really what I was hoping to do. Maybe we'll pick it up again later in the week. I think I'm gonna reprime these throughout the week. Tomorrow morning, reprime them with some of that white stuff, because yeah, this stuff is just too glossy stuff. I am not using that again. That is on me. It is supposed to be like a matte finish and stuff, but I am definitely going to keep working on this different scale stuff. I've got all the trees that I've got need printed for this. I'm just printing some extra elements. I've got some like stone stuff, so hopefully in the next stream we'll be able to kind of like rig some of this stuff up. It'll be nice to start seeing some shots come together. So if you tune in next week, I reckon we'll start being able to put some shots together. Hopefully, fingers crossed, and that'll be fun, I think. If you are in the Discord, I also will be posting some like work in progress stuff. Of maybe I'll get these guys reprimed and do like some little kind of like weathered shots and stuff of what we're working on. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do tonight. I am super tired, so honestly I'm gonna try and get some sleep and stuff. So yeah, sorry folks. I think I was hoping to kind of get a bit more painted tonight, but it's how it goes sometimes. All right, thanks folks, and I'll catch you next week or earlier if I can. Maybe we'll try and do an America stream in the week. So hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss. If we go live during the week, I'll try and maybe get another stream going. So maybe we can pick this up. All right. Take it easy, folks. Until next time. The moon is watching. And I'm good with it. I'm good with it. All right. See you like.